We need to be radical because as long as we continue to work 16 hours a day for an 8-hour pay, they're going to continue to expect us to give more for less.
From red states to blue states, from small towns to big cities, childcare providers and parents have marched arm in arm, raising their voices together to demand the universal childcare system our families deserve.
What's new? Give me good news. Yeah, mic check 1, 2.
I knew that we were onto something when the day we found out that 3K was going to be a thing, and we didn't know about it. And Gladys banged a hand on the table and said, "When were you going to tell us about this?" I was like, "Oh shoot, we got a voice!" Like that's when I knew that the fight is on. I said, "Sign me up." I'm sitting next to her. I'm taking notes. That's how I knew this was going to be big.
After years and years of struggling and fighting and campaigning, the mama that's got it done, we were able to have the first paid sick time law in Michigan. And we keep fighting, right? We need paid family medical leave. We need a better paid sick time law. But to have that under our belt and to know that the moms did it is huge.
For 10 years, we've been building this movement. For 5, we've turned up the pressure. 2026 was the largest day without childcare this country has ever seen. And every year we are showing the country what we lose when childcare disappears.
It takes a lot of people to influence, and I hope that by uniting together nationwide, we impact everyone.
This year, we didn't just show what we lost, we showed what we want. The universal system, affordable for all, free for most, with thriving wages for the women who hold up our economy.
We are at the table, and many, many tables. We're not no longer in the background. We're in the front.
More than 1,000 of you traveled here from 39 states, Puerto Rico, and Washington, D.C. Childcare providers, parents, organizers, and the people you hold up.
This convention is going to bring the power of one person to tell their story. And that builds a movement, one person at a time.
You are the largest gathering of childcare providers and parents this country has ever seen.
The energy that happens when we come together, it's just undeniable.
And you came to go beyond talking. You came here to plan for 2026, for 2028, and beyond.
I have a dream that we can all see very clearly our place in history. What we have ahead is really, it is bright.
Childcare is more than a family issue. This is a defining decision of our time.
I know right now it's hard, but we have to get through this time to be able to achieve what we know is possible, and that is a society that works for all of us.
And we, the providers, the parents, the childcare changemakers, and the childcare partners with us are the force who will lead this country into a brighter tomorrow. And that starts today.
We are in this together with our parents. Let's get to universal childcare.
Welcome to the Community Change Action National Childcare Convention.
Come on, people. Woo! All right, I like this energy. Woo! Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. And welcome to Community Change Action's first National Childcare Convention. Woo! Oh, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here and for everything it took to get here. Oh, we know.
Before we begin, I want us to take in the significance of this moment. More than 1,000 people have come together from 39 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Where are my Boricuas at? Parents and providers, organizers and educators, young people and grandparents, people from communities where important victories have already been won, and people from places where change can still feel very far away. This room is evidence that we have found one another. What we build from here will be the measure of our power. My name is Lorela Praeli, and I have the great honor of serving as co-president of Community Change Action. Standing here today, I keep thinking about my mother, Chelita, como yo le digo. When I was 2.5 years old, I lost my right leg in a car accident. Years later, facing a devastating economic crisis, my parents left Peru and came to the United States. Yeah, my Peruvian caucus right here! My parents left Peru and came to the United States because they imagined a fuller life for me. A future where I would be free to dream beyond the limits others might place on me because of my disability. As we began building a life here, we became undocumented and lived with very little economic security. During that first year, my mother walked from home to home, caring for other people's children. Her work helped other families get out there. And because she showed up, other parents could go to work knowing their children were safe. At the time, I did not understand the larger meaning of her work. I only knew that every morning she left to care for someone else's children, and every night she came home to care for us. Now I am the mother of 2 young daughters, Amara and Lucia, and I stand on the other side of that relationship. That circle, my mother caring for other families, our family sustained by her labor, and now others caring for my daughters, is not unique to us. It is the truth beneath every life. Our ability to work, to dream, to build a future depends on the care of other people. None of us is self-made. Our lives are made possible by one another. But that dependence has never been honored equally. Some people have always been required to make other people's freedom possible while being denied the security and freedoms their own families deserve. And our country has built a care system around precisely that inequality. We depend on care collectively, but we force families and providers to pay for it privately. Parents in the room, where you at? You know the math. You know what it is to watch the cost of care consume a paycheck and still wonder whether you have found the care your child needs. And providers, where you at? You know the other side of that equation. You know what it is to want to pay your staff more, but fear that raising tuition will push families out. Yes. To absorb the cost yourself because the alternative is closing your doors. The system has placed parents and providers on opposite sides of an equation that neither created and neither can solve alone. Families cannot keep paying more. Providers cannot keep earning less, and yet each is left to wonder what they did wrong. But you did not create this crisis. Your families did not create this crisis. Your programs did not create this crisis. This is not an individual failure. It is the result of political choices. Y a las familias y a quienes cuidan y educan a nuestros niños, quiero decirles algo de corazón. No están solos. Lo que viven no es un fracaso personal ni es su culpa. Es el resultado de decisiones políticas que podemos cambiar si nos organizamos. Su cuidado. Se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede. Su cuidado sostiene a nuestras familias y sostiene a este país. Esta lucha necesita su voz, su liderazgo y su poder. And let's be clear. This is not happening because the resources do not exist. We live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. The resources exist. What has been missing is the political power to force a different choice. That may be the cruelest and most consequential part of this crisis. It takes a national failure and makes each of us carry it as a private burden. It turns political choices into personal shame. It separates people who need one another and convinces them that they are powerless. That is why this room matters. When we find one another, we begin to see this crisis differently. We discover that the struggle we thought was ours alone is being lived by people all across this country. We stop asking, how am I supposed to solve this alone? And begin asking, what will it take for us to change this together? Power. Power. Power begins when the people whose labor has been taken for granted refuse to remain invisible. It becomes real when those who have been forced to carry the burden alone discover that together they can make the country answer to them. But let me ask you, if most people already know childcare is in crisis, why hasn't that knowledge changed the conditions of our lives? Because being right is not the same as being powerful. We can fill a room, tell our stories, win the argument, move people to tears, and still lose. Those in power can listen, they can applaud, and they can leave without changing a thing. Exactly. Unless we have the power to make sure they cannot. Power is the organized ability to change the conditions of our lives. And building that power requires us to recover something this crisis has taken from us, our imagination. An unjust system does not survive only through bad laws or unfair budgets. It survives by teaching us to lower our expectations. It tells providers that poverty wages are the price of doing the work they love. It tells the parents that exhaustion, guilt, and impossible choices are simply part of raising a family. It tells us that a country wealthy enough to fund almost anything it considers important somehow cannot afford to care for its children. Eventually, the boundaries of the existing system become the boundaries of our imagination. We stop asking what we actually need and start negotiating against ourselves. Slightly lower costs, a slightly higher wage, one more temporary program, anything that might make an impossible situation a little more survivable. That is not because we lack the courage or ambition. It is what happens when people spend years fighting to get through the day. survival shortens the distance we can see. But what exists is not the measure of what is possible. We must be able to name what we need before someone in power tells us what is reasonable. So let's go ahead and name it. Are you ready? Yes. Universal childcare. Free for most. And affordable for all. Care that every family can find and trust. Thriving wages. Benefits. And real dignity for providers. You feel that? Yeah? You ready to fight? You ready to win? That is not too much to demand. It is what children, families, and providers deserve. Now, you do not have to enter this weekend certain that we will win. Hope is not the belief that victory is guaranteed. Hope is a decision that our actions matter and the discipline of acting together before the outcome is known. They are counting on parents remaining isolated. They are counting on providers remaining invisible. They are counting on all of us asking for less because we have been told that more is impossible. But look around this room. Go ahead, look around this room. Look around this room. We have found one another, and we are going to organize until the people making decisions about our lives have no choice but to answer to us. We are not here simply to feel powerful. We are here to become powerful. And the distance between the country we inhabit and the country our families deserve cannot be crossed by imagination alone. Organized power is how we get there.
Give it up for Lorella, everybody. Organized power is how we get there. Hold on to that sentence, because everything I'm about to say is about how we build it. Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, family. My name is Dorian Warren, and I have the honor of serving as co-president of Community Change Action. And I also have the pleasure of welcoming you to Chicagoland. Now, Lorella told you about her mother, Chela, walking from home to home, caring for other people's children. Let me tell you about mine. Chicago is my home. I grew up on the South Side in a family of union members and educators. And I keep thinking about my mother, Bertie, a single mother, a Chicago public school math teacher. Every morning before the sun was up, she dropped me at my Aunt Bert's house, home-based family childcare. Auntie Bert cared for me so my mother, Bertie, could care for other children. And the circle has not closed, because right now, while I stand on this stage, my 2-year-old daughter, my 5-year-old's in the front row, but my 2-year-old daughter is with her educators back home. And every morning I hand her over into another woman's arms so I can go to work. You know what that is. That is trust. The most serious trust there is met by the most exhausting labor there is. Because what do her educators do with that trust? They teach her. They feed her. They take her to the potty. Right now, they're potty training her. God bless them. They wipe, they clean up the pee and poop. Yes, I said pee and poop. Because someone has to say what this work actually is. They love her. And out of it all, they create safety and joy and play and learning and nourishment. They are building my daughter's brain in those first critical years, when we know a child's brain makes 1 million new connections every second. And my mother, 40 years an educator, she never understood something. She never understood how this country could pay a lawyer or a plastic surgeon a fortune and pay the people doing the most vital work poverty wages. I was gonna say, no offense to plastic surgeons, but yeah, a little offense. Listen, my mom's is right about something. The pay is upside down because the values are upside down. Chayla in Connecticut, Birdie and Aunt Bert on the south side, my baby girl this morning. There's 2 co-presidents, 1 story, 3 generations. Lorella said it exactly right. None of us is self-made. Now, she just walked us through how the system fails. You live it. You live it. But let me show you where it came from. Because you fight better when you know exactly what you're fighting. You ready? Yes. Walk with me for a minute. Lorella told you this crisis is the result of political choices. She's right about that. Those choices have names and they have dates. The childcare system in this country, y'all, is not broken. I'm going to say that again. The childcare system in this country is not broken. It was built this way. On purpose. It was built on the stolen labor of black women. It was built on the stolen labor of black women, forced under slavery to rock somebody else's baby while somebody sold their own. When slavery ended, care work was one of the only doors open to black women. And the rules kept it unpaid and unprotected. In the 1930s, when this country created the minimum wage and Social Security and the right to organize, it deliberately carved domestic workers out. That was not an oversight, y'all. It was a deal to keep black women's labor cheap. And when immigrant women, like Lorella's mother, when immigrant women came to do this work, the old racial rules were simply handed down. No protections, no recognition, plus the weapon of fear. New workers, same design, never repealed. And the design did not stay contained. Hear me now. The design did not stay contained. It spread throughout the country. So when the women who care for everyone else's children across race, across zip code, all of you in this room and around the country are still denied recognition and a real voice and pay you can live and thrive on, that is not a coincidence. That is a design. But here's what I know. Here's what I know. What was designed can be redesigned. What was built can be rebuilt. What was constructed can be reconstructed by us. Lorella said being right is not the same as being powerful. So what does being powerful look like? I'll tell you. Some people in our movement said childcare providers were, and this is a real quote, they said childcare providers were marginal and powerless to build anything. That's right, it is a lie. In 1995, a home care worker in Chicago named Audrey Harris looked her union organizers in the eye and issued a challenge. She said, "You think home care wages are low? You should try organizing home daycare." And guess what, y'all? They did. No common boss, no traditional work site, no legal right to a union. They organized anyway. House by house, kitchen table by kitchen table for 10 years. And in 2005, 49,000 Illinois providers voted in the largest union election in state history. And they won. They won. First contract, 36% raise. The model spread to 9 states, and those workers who everyone counted out were the biggest union locals in the Midwest. HCII is in the room with us today, and you're going to hear more from them tomorrow. Give HCII some love, y'all. Where's HCII? So listen, these women were right for decades. They were right for decades. But they only started winning when they got organized. That is your inheritance. And our campaign for universal child care is the next chapter at national scale. Universal child care. Free for most, affordable for all. Thriving wage, I do want it to be free for all, but free for most, affordable for all. Thriving wages and dignity for every provider. A system rooted in racial and gender justice. So how do we do it? How do we do it? One, we train. Parents, providers, teens, supporters. We train people how to organize, how to tell your story, how to protect immigrant families in early childhood settings, how to build strategic campaigns that win, how to build the chapters that carry this fight into every state we organize. We train. Two, we scale. This year, nearly 4,000 of us stopped work on the day without child care.
Yes, say that again.
Yes, ma'am. Nearly 4,000 of us stopped work on the day without child care and demanded a system that does not yet exist. Next year, we're going to go bigger. And the year after that, we're going to go bigger still. And here's why. A demand without escalation is just a wish. So we have to escalate. Three, we build political power. Across every line they drew to divide us, rural and urban, blue state and red, immigrant and native born, and to everyone seeking our votes, child care is on the ballot. There is no neutral. You are either with us or you are in the damn way. We're going to move them out the way. We're going to move them out the way. Because look around. Look at the power in this room right now. You are either with us or you're going to get out the way. So listen, y'all. I'm way over time, and they're about to pull me off stage. I just want to share with y'all, this is not a conference, okay? This is not a conference. This is where private struggle becomes public demand. This is when frustration becomes organized power. This is where we begin to win. So before I close, this convention was built by people with names, and I want you to hear them, okay? Aisha Wells of Mothering Justice. Tammy Lunan of the CEO Project of the Ohio Organizing Collaborative. Marcia Gaspard of For Providers by Providers. LaDon Love of Spaces in Action. Charlotte Jacobs of Maine People's Alliance. Kate McCrimmon, Wisconsin Child Care Changemaker. Ms. Kelly Dawn Jones, Indiana Child Care Changemaker. Jana Rodriguez, New York Child Care Changemaker. Founder of the Innovative Daycare Corp. Bainu Chabra, Bay Area Professional Family Child Care Changemaker, Parent Voices Oakland. Last but certainly not least, Annie Banks of Parent Voices Oakland. Stand up! Where's that team? Stand up, y'all. Stand up. Now listen. Here is what I need from you. Here is what I need from you in the next couple of days. Talk to someone you don't know. Listen to a provider from a state you've never set foot in. Take what you learn here home and organize your friends and your neighbors and your congregation, Bishop Royster, and your block. Because Lorella said it best. We are not here simply to feel powerful. We are here to become powerful. Inspiration. Inspiration is good. Inspiration is great. We all want to feel inspired. But inspiration can be fleeting. Organization endures. And we are the deciding movement. We are deciding elections. We are deciding agendas. We are deciding what this country owes its children and their caregivers. A demand is only as strong as the power behind it. A demand is only as strong as the power behind it. The people don't stop. I see you. I know you. That's our MC for DC stuff. For half a century, this demand for universal childcare sat in a white paper on a shelf. Not anymore, y'all. Now the demand has a face, 1,000 faces in this room. Now the demand has feet, marching on the day without childcare. Now the demand has a vote, and it is on the ballot in November. So when power looks up to ask who is demanding, it will see all of us in this room. It will see all of us in this room. So thank you and welcome to Community Change Action's National Childcare Convention. I love y'all. Let's go.
Make sure this mic check is on. How is everyone doing today? Come on. Now you guys know, I know you've met me. I got a lot of energy. So I'm going to try to keep it short. So my name is Jonna Rodriguez. Yay! Yes. I'm a family child care provider. Family child care provider for over 14 years. I own a child care facility called the Innovative Daycare Corp located on Long Island, New York. New York is in the house. That's right? So for 14 years, I've been an early childhood educator, and the roles that come with that are many, and we each know that, because it's not just one role of being just an educator. It's the role of being an advocate. It's the role of being an emotional support system. It's a nurse, it's a chef, and it's everything else that comes along with that. Right? Let's say that, right? And over time, I realized that caring for children also meant advocating for those systems that support them. And I believe those closest to this work, like the work that we do every day, helps shape the politics that impact it. And we need to be at the center of that work. And that is why we are here today.
That's right.
Look at us and look at this room. They thought we couldn't do this. They told us this wasn't possible. But look at what we've done. And we just got started.
That's right.
Okay?
Right.
So, I'm not going to let the passion come out too much. All right? I'm not going to let it come out. But we want you all to get the most out of the time to help build relationships, strategize for our collective future, and get the latest updates, right? So please make sure that you guys download the C-Event app, okay? This will be your place for seeing and signing up for all the workshop sessions and getting the most updated information and changes and other important announcements during the convention. On the app, you're going to search for Childcare Convention 2026. And listen, we know there's been some technical difficulties because there's no way you won't get this big without technical difficulties.
That's right.
You just won't, because then you're not doing it right. Okay, so most of the workshops have plenty of capacity, so if you're not able to log on, there's flexibility. Go to the workshops. You're here. We want you to be present in this work. This work is rooted in community, in love, okay, in equity, and like Dorian said, in social justice.
That's right.
Okay? Because they're not going to let us stop where we are now. We're going to get to universal child care,
yes.
whether they like it or not.
Yes, yes.
Okay? So listen, I'm going to pass the mic over before they turn off my mic. All right? So I'm going to pass it over to LaDon.
All right. All right. How y'all feeling?
Woo!
I know y'all have traveled from far and near. Some of you got a little wet outside, but you are still here.
Yes.
That was a little poetry for y'all. It's a blessing. Yes, yes. And I like to say this. If you agree with me, you can say yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Let's do one more practice. Yes, yes?
Yes, yes.
All right. So I'm going to start off with another PSA. That's really important. So one of our very important community agreements, which you can find at the end of your welcome booklet, is to keep each other safe and to respect each other's privacy. So especially with our young people that are here with us. Yes, yes?
Yes, yes.
And for adults, if you see someone with a red sticker, that means do not take their picture or video that you would post, that you would share. They're asking you not to do that. That's what that means. If you need a red sticker and you do not have one for yourself or your little person, you can find those stickers at the child care check-in or at the help desk area. Is that clear? If it's clear, can I get a thumbs up? Thank you. And a yes, yes. That was clear. All right. So can I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Say we got this.
Now I'm going to get into the LaDon moment. Are you or someone that you know feeling that wages are not keeping up with the cost of living?
Yes, yes.
Can I share a short story?
We're gonna do
All right.
Yes, 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 yes.
I am a sister, a cousin, a mom, and more than 25 years ago, I was a welfare recipient. I still remember being cash poor and ambition rich. Trying to balance rent, transportation, groceries, and childcare. At that time, I was a college student and a new mom, and I applied for public assistance. I knew in my bones and in my spirit that I had this little person who looked at me as their sole provider. But I couldn't do it alone. I made sure that I reached out to family and friends and an extended community that helped me to be whole so that I wasn't isolated. Have any of you felt that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I want to make sure I'm with my people.
Yes, yes.
All right. So like many of you, I began to seek out opportunities to engage, push back, and fight for justice and equity. So on my college campus, which was Hunter College in New York.
Come on, New York.
I am a New Yorker, yes?
Yes.
All right. We're going to do the shout outs in a second. Just know I'm going to be acting up then too. So at Hunter College, I had to fight to make sure that I got a spot for my son in the child care center. I found out who all the people who made decisions were. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I just did what I needed to do. My son got into the program. So then I said, oh, snap, there's other people who need that too. So I started talking to other parents on the campus, and we began to organize and push for the campus to put more money into childcare. As a result of that, a few more slots opened up on the campus.
There you go.
Right.
Organizing works even when you don't know what you're doing at the time.
Amen.
Right? Then I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Not even fast forward. This was simultaneously. So this is stuff I did on campus. In the community, I found out about this group of women who were parents who were coming together to talk about welfare reform and the supports that were needed to help someone transition from welfare to work. Child care is one of those factors that we need. Yes, yes?
Yes, yes.
So we started meeting. We'd come together. We started organizing against the welfare system in New York. As a result of that, we began to think about, well, now we need an organization. Some of y'all might have heard of this organization. It is Community Voices Heard. I'm a founding member, and I used to be a board member. As a result of the work that I did on campus and that I did with community change, that came later.
We did that.
I did work at community change too. But at Community Voices Heard, I was doing trainings and outreach and canvassing and developing trainings and rubbing elbows. Rub elbows with the people next to you. Rubbing elbows with y'all not rubbing the elbows. Rub an elbow with the person next to you. All right. Right. So those are the sheroes, heroes, and what I also term theros, right?
Yes.
Because we want to be inclusive of all of the heroes that are in this world that we get to engage with. And as a result of that, I was able to get these skills, and I was like, oh snap, I could get paid to organize. So I started organizing locally in New York. Then I got the chance to go national. I used to work for Community Change. And then I went back to doing I went just to do some other national work. Then I wound up doing work in the financial industry, and I started organizing against my employer because they were doing some racist, messed up stuff. Then I was like, I need to get back out into these streets. And so now I am the executive director of Spaces in Action in Washington, D.C.
Yes!
And the reason I wanted to share my story is because I want you to know that I'm just like you. I'm an average person with big dreams and great aspirations, but together we can win. Together we will do this. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
That's right.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. And we can create good trouble together.
That's right.
And we together can reclaim our power.
That's right.
Universal childcare can be an opportunity for all families in the United States who live in the United States. I'm being explicit here, because I don't care what your citizenship is. If you live in the United States, you are a part of America.
That's right.
And our children are America's children. Yes, yes?
Yes.
And we will fight. And we will win.
That's right.
Universal childcare.
Hey.
Thank you. Candace. Come on.
Thank you, LaDon. Killing it. We killing it up here. I feel very taken care of by these people right now. Make some noise if you've heard a part of your story today. Make some noise if you hear yourself represented in the voices that you've had on these stage today. Already. What we like 15, 20 minutes in, and we already recognize that this is a shared problem. It is a systemic problem, and it is purposefully there specifically to put foot on the backs and the necks of Black and brown women. Make some noise. I am Candace Williams. I have the honor of serving as the executive director of For All Families Oregon, FAFO.
Say yes.
Yeah, the acronym is on purpose, and we are ready to let you know about it. Because if you FA, you may FO. So my great-grandmother told me that I was born with my fist in the air. I was born just like this.
All right.
Ready to make change. And as a fourth-generation member of the Black albino community in Portland, Oregon, I was raised by preachers and teachers constantly asking me what I was going to do about what I saw that was wrong. If you see the problem, what are you going to do to fix it? And who are you going to have next to you while you're trying to make it right?
Right.
And that teaching came in real ways. It came from Auntie Rita's house, being at Friend, Family, and Neighbor, and raised with my cousins, knowing that my Black excellence was normalized in my family. It wasn't special. It's who we were. It also came through Head Start, where I learned that reading was one of the ways for me to stay with it, stay ready, and stay on a battlefield. Sometimes I get teased about the big words I use, but the imprimatur of them is important in order for y'all to come along with me. That love and support that I got when I was a baby led me to become both a special and general education teacher and to constantly find the spaces where my children could feel affirmed, supported, and taken care of. But you know what I found out real quick as I became a teacher and an administrator? I found out that those babies who didn't have access to what I had access to, who didn't get access to Head Start, who didn't have their love for reading instilled in them in the beginning, struggled more. They struggled to make friends. They struggled to make relationships. They struggled to love school, and they just wanted to go home. And I knew that we can't have a successful public education system without the people that are in this room right now. And that's why at FAFO, we know that uplifting the voices of mothers and caregivers is what we need to do every day to get to that universal system that is what's right for our kids and what's right for the historic necks, backs, breasts, and hips of the black women that made this possible in the beginning.
I know that's right. That's right.
And that's why we work to win. We win in Portland, Oregon. We have universal preschool for all 3- and 4-year-olds in Multnomah County, paid for by a tax on the rich. We have a comprehensive paid leave policy that makes sure that you don't have to wait until you have that baby to go out. You can go out a few weeks early and stay out as long as you'd like to, and you will get that protection and you will get the support to find a caregiver for your baby once you're ready to re-engage. Because that's what we're about. We're about winning. And we know that the only way that we win is through people power, through this power that is in this room. We are not powerless. They tried to tell us we were, but touch your neighbor and say, we are powerful.
Powerful.
Touch them and say, we are power-filled.
Tell them powerful.
And we are power-ready.
Power ready.
Always do that.
Power ready. Tell them, Micah, power ready.
Okay. As you can see from just the 3 of us up here, we are covering our bases from the East Coast to the Best Coast. What's up, West Coast?
Okay.
We're being hosted by the amazing people here in the Midwest. And you know that we have the Deep South and the Southwest folks in the house as well. Like we heard, there are more than 1,000 people in this room. Y'all soak that up. This is an isolating fight, but guess what? You are not alone.
That's right.
We are not.
Look at this power in this room, and guess what? Call me. I'll be there. FAFO will show up with t-shirts, hoodies, and piss off whoever we got to get some wins. I'm here for it. But, hey, Courtney has my business card. But it's pretty hard to do deep strategizing and conversation work with this many people all at once. So throughout this convention, we're gonna have time to break up into both regional and state-based home teams. Y'all gonna have your own home teams. And I know that a little healthy competition makes it to where we all can get even bigger in our shoes. Let's go. These are going to be spaces to build connections outside of the folks that you came here with, but close enough so that y'all can take concrete action steps together when you leave here, because this fight is just getting started.
Right.
But while I have you all together in one room, we're going to celebrate. Just before we celebrate, I think, LaDon, you're going to say something about the teens?
Yes. Is my mic back on? Can y'all hear me? My mic sound nice.
Mic's back
Check
on.
1. My mic sound nice. Check 2. Ow. All right. You got to be of a certain caliber to catch that. All right. So we're talking about the stuff that we're doing in our states and different organizations, and we're talking about what we want to do with the young people to make sure that they're learning so that they can have a trajectory that leads them into college and beyond. Yes, Jess?
Yes.
We also need to remember that most movements were started by young people.
That's right.
That's right.
And the adults followed. I'm going to say the seasoned people followed the young people who were beginning to marinate. And in that vein, I want to say that we also have a teen space here. So, speaking of getting in good trouble and starting them early, if you represent as a teen, get that? Get that? If you represent as a teen, I want to point out our CC organizers that is going to run a teen track.
Woo!
Because we need to make sure that our young people are getting fired up and ready and armed to go too. Yes, yes?
Yes,
yes.
We got our young people's back?
Say yes,
All right,
yes.
I hope we have some young people in the room that are interested in doing this teen track. Where are my folks in the back that I'm pointing them to? The community change staff? I said I needed y'all to do cartwheels. Y'all not ready? Now, where are my community change organizers?
They working.
Oh.
They'll be back there. You'll see the purple t-shirts.
All right, we're gonna find out who. So if you are interested, find a purple t-shirt and say, hey, I need to be down with that teen track.
Let's go.
All right?
All right, well, now it's time to do what we at FAFO do.
I didn't hear what you said.
We get...
It is a track for teens to go through a social justice training.
So a training track. Yep, no running.
No running.
No, they got us running enough around this conference center. Amen. So we ain't about to make nobody else run nowhere, I hope. I'm looking at y'all, leadership, right? So now we're going to do something special. At FAFO, we always talk about getting loud. We always talk about taking up space. I like it when they tell me I'm loud because that means that you must have heard me.
That's right.
So it's time to get loud and we're going to celebrate.
That's right.
When you hear your state's name get called, you are charged in this moment to get loud and represent. LaDon, you got the first step, and I think we got that right track about to play.
Let's go.
All right. Alabama.
Alabama.
Is Alabama in the house?
Woo! Keep going.
California. Colorado. All right. Colorado. Woo! Connecticut. Delaware. We got Delaware in the house?
I heard him.
All right, I heard you. And Florida. And Georgia. And Aloha, Hawaii. All right. Now, I gotta represent where I am, where my heart is, and y'all better make a lot of noise. DC.
That's right, that's right. Let's keep it going. Illinois. Indiana. Iowa. Kansas. Louisiana. Where you at, Louisiana? Maine. Where Maine at?
All right.
Maryland.
Maryland.
Massachusetts.
How's this off? Oh, your mic is
What up, though, Michigan?
Hello, hello.
Now I'm gonna get. Mic is off.
Keep going.
Is my mic on? Is my mic on? We're gonna get started. Minnesota. All right, Minnesota. Mississippi. All right, Mississippi. Okay.
All over the place. I love it.
Missouri in the house.
Hey.
All right, Missouri. Montana. Do we got Montana in the house? Come on, Montana. Nebraska. Is Nebraska in the house? Let's go, Nebraska. Nevada. Do we got Nevada in the house?
All right, all right, all right.
New Hampshire. Do we have New Hampshire in the house? That's all right. You here. New Jersey. New Jersey. All right, New Jersey. New Mexico. Do we have New Mexico? Come on, New Mexico.
Hey.
And then we got, all right, Olay. We got North Carolina.
All right, all right.
And listen, last but not least, because you know I had to do it, New York! New York!
I see you, New York. I see you, New York. Hey! But we ain't done yet. OH!
Okay?
OH! 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 Ohio! Pennsylvania! the PR. South Carolina.
All right.
I see lots of 10s. Where's Tennessee?
All right, all right.
Texas. Texas. Utah. Utah.
All right.
Virginia. Virginia. Woo, Virginia. Where them Cougs at? Washington. Washington.
All right.
Wisconsin. Y'all better be ready. Let's go. FAFO. Where Oregon at? That's right. That's people power in this room. That was incredible, and I am so grateful to be in this fight with all of y'all. We are excited to bring to the stage Brianna Wallace, a parent leader from Parent Voices Oakland, and Tammy Lunan, the Caring Economy Organizing Director from Ohio Organizing Collaborative. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, good. That was supposed to be me. Come on, you ready?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, Cali. Where's California at? Where's California at? Stop playing with me. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Cali. Come on, what? Damn me. Y'all better turn her up. Y'all better turn her up. All right, Ohio, y'all gotta turn me up too. Okay. How's y'all doing today? Are y'all as litty as I am to be in the Windy City? Are you? It don't sound like it. Y'all was just turned up for when we was calling out y'all cities, but what's up? I get on the stage, you. Come on! Y'all better feel that power in this room. Feel that power, y'all. So before I begin, I just want to say that I am going to speak to you guys today from my truth, my lived experience, because it's what I know, it's what I lived and seen, and it is what I continue to fight for every single day. Thank you. So first and foremost, I realized I was an underdog. And, I still kind of feel that way, navigating systems and stuff. But I realized I was an underdog. And, when you yourself are in a position like that from a parent's perspective, provider, or even a child, and you're looked at as unimportant, it doesn't feel right, right? It doesn't feel right at all. And so for me, I couldn't sit silent. And growing up, I was always told that I need to be quiet because I'm loud. So when I got silent, I'm like, oh, no. And I can speak up. That's what we about to do, okay? So the truth is, y'all, like everyone who has come before me have said, the people are the power. Am I right? We are the power. And for so long, we've been manipulated to think that the power came from top down, when everybody, including myself in this room, knows already that the power has always been where? With us. With us. And for me personally, God's Holy Spirit indwells in me. So for me, I walk into this word boldly, not just for me, for my son and everybody else's children, providers included, everybody. So that's why I'm here. That's why we're here. But here's what we're fighting for, y'all. Dorian had gave some history, so I'm gonna give a little history. In the 1930s, child care workers were deliberately left out of federal benefits and labor protections. And that wasn't an accident at all. That was racism at its finest. But Black and brown women didn't just bear that burden. We powered the movement, and we were instrumental to the civil rights movement. And today, we are powering the child care transformation. So, just a little context. I am a former community organizer with Parent Voices Oakland. Shout out Parent Voices! Parent Voices!
But I'm still an organizer at heart, nevertheless. But today I stand before you all as a parent leader who continues to actively do the work. Why? Because we the people are what? The power. Thank you. We the power. Okay, but a little bit about what PVO does to continue to share that power amongst, the folks within the organization, our base. We educate parent leaders through something called the Child Care Timeline, and it basically identifies, am I going too fast? Because I could talk fast, y'all. Am I going too fast? All right. But, we identify patterns through that timeline. We name racism, and we learn from the wins that has come before us. And when we win, that means child care workers are valued, families have what they need, and we also have centered the Black and brown women who built this movement. And that's really important. So what I need from everybody in this room to take away over this time that we're gonna spend with one another through this weekend, stand on y'all truth. Stand on y'all truth, because your lived experience matters. And the facts are the facts. The facts are the facts, and it shows what history is repeating. So watch for the patterns, call out what's wrong. But look, don't just call out what's wrong and let that just sit. Be inquisitive. Ask questions, organize, and fuel it with solutions. Fill it with solutions. And most importantly, we gotta stay together and on one accord. And y'all wanna know why that is? Because no one can tell your story like you can, And I want y'all to know that y'all are not here by coincidence. We are not here by coincidence at all. We are on assignment. We are on assignment. And we are all made in the image of God. So we are all automatically powerful. And let me let y'all in on a little secret if y'all ain't know. Jesus was an organizer. Jesus was an organizer. So let your light, come on. So let your light shine so others can rise up with you and illuminate every space you walk into and every individual that you touch. Because when we step into this work boldly, when we stand together, and when we fight for universal child care, for equitable wages, I feel like I said that fast, equitable wages, for the families and providers who are not here today, who have been left behind, and even for the folks here in this room, when we fight, we what?
We win.
Say it again. When we fight, we what?
We win.
That's what I'm talking about. So now I'm about to pass it over to Tammy. Thank y'all so much.
Hey y'all, my name is Tammy Lunan, and I organize childcare providers, parents, and teachers in Ohio. When people hear Ohio, they often hear red state, they hear impossible, they hear that's not where transformative policy comes from. I want to challenge that.
Come on.
Because if we didn't have the power to change our state, our politics, and what's possible, no one would be working so hard to stop us. If our organizing didn't matter, federal agents wouldn't have shown up at the homes of our staff, volunteers, and partners. They wouldn't have raided our offices in an attempt to intimidate the very people fighting for their communities.
Yeah, come on.
But here's what I want you to know. We have done nothing wrong. We are proud of our work. We are proud of the people we organize alongside. And moments like these don't make us retreat. They remind us that organized people are powerful enough to make those in power pay attention. We're still here. We're still organizing, and we're not backing away from the work our communities need us to do.
Come on.
We know that power doesn't come from the places everyone expects. Power comes from people who decide that the world as it is not the world it has to be. But before I was an organizer, I was simply a granddaughter watching my family do whatever it took to survive. When my family immigrated to the United States, we weren't stepping into opportunity as much as we were stepping into uncertainty. Like so many immigrant families, we found ourselves locked out of all of the public benefits supports that are supposed to help families get on their feet, things like SNAP and child care assistance. So our survival depended on each other. It depended on my grandmother. And my grandmother believed early education was her calling. When I was a toddler, she worked in a family child care center in New York City. She was able to negotiate for me to attend that program where she worked. And that wasn't some special benefit. It was our family's solution to a system that had no solution for us. Because of that arrangement, my mom could go to work. Our family could begin to build stability. Childcare wasn't just where I spent my day. It was the reason my family could move forward.
That's right. That's right.
But here's what I also remember. My grandmother couldn't stay. She loved teaching young children. She believed in that work, but she could not make ends meet on those wages. So like many early educators still do today, she left the profession she loved not because she stopped believing in children, but because the system stopped believing in the value of her work.
Yeah.
She went on to teach in New York City public schools because that's where she could earn enough to support her family. And I've often wondered how many children lost an incredible teacher because we refused to pay her what she was worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many families are asking that same question today?
Come on.
That story isn't just my family's story, it's the story of millions of families. It's the story of providers who are forced to choose between their calling and their survival, right? It's the story that brought me into organizing because I learned early that people don't fail because they lack determination. People fail when systems are designed to make survival harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
Today, as I organize providers across Ohio, I hear that same story wearing different clothes. Parents are delaying careers because they can't find affordable care. Providers are working 60-hour weeks and paying themselves last.
Yeah.
Teachers are leaving the classrooms they love because they can't afford groceries. Communities are desperate for childcare while the very people providing care are living on the edge. Different states, different politics, same story. Which is why I reject the idea that universal childcare is a blue state issue. Children don't grow differently in Ohio.
Right.
Parents don't love their children less because they vote differently. Providers in rural Ohio deserve dignity just as much as providers in Los Angeles and New York. The need is universal, and our solutions must also be universal. As organizers, we understand something important. People act when they understand their self-interest. So today I want to ask you a different question than we usually ask parents and providers. I want to ask you, why are you here? And maybe you're here because you couldn't afford childcare. Maybe you're a provider who would sacrifice your own financial security to care for everyone else's children. Maybe you're an employer who can't find workers because families can't find care. And maybe you simply believe that children should not inherit inequality before they even enter kindergarten. Whatever brought you here, don't leave it at the door. Because our self-interest isn't something we hide, it's what we organize from.
Come on.
It's what gives us the courage to stay in the fight when the headlines tell us the odds are against us. And if we're honest, building universal childcare isn't going to happen because we have the best policy paper. It won't happen because we're right. It will happen because we build enough organized people and enough organized power to make it a political reality.
That's right.
That's our work. That's the work that brought us all here today, especially in places like Ohio, because every time someone says you can't win there, they're really asking whether you're willing to organize there. And I believe we are. So I'll leave you with 2 questions. What is your stake in building a country where every family has access to universal childcare? And when future generations look back at this moment, will they be able to say that you were a part of the people who organized to make that future possible? Because history, I heard it.
That's right.
I heard you. Because history doesn't belong to those who waited for the right political conditions. History belongs to the people who built the power to change them.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Tammy. Well, I don't have my little script, but I just want to thank Tammy for those profound words. And it definitely really touched my heart, like I expressed to you earlier when you spoke of your grandmother, because grandmas are a touchy place for me. They are the reason, like they're a part of the foundation of this work. The nanas, what they call them, GGs, y'all know.
Abuelas.
Abuelas, yeah. So I thank you for that, because it's time to really bridge that gap. Bridge the gap between parents and providers, but also parents, providers, and policy / decision makers. We have to bridge that gap. We have to build allies and we have to network. And I just cannot wait to do that this weekend with you all. So thank you again, Tammy.
Awesome. So it's truly an honor to introduce our next speaker, Bishop Dwayne Royster. I first met Bishop Royster when I was a young organizer in Philadelphia. We had scheduled a one-to-one meeting, but on my way there, I was involved in a car accident, and I'll never forget what happened next. Instead of simply rescheduling, Bishop Royster came to where I was, picked me up, made sure I was okay, and then we continued our conversation.
That's right.
And that moment has stayed with me all of these years, not because of what we talked about that day, but because of who he has shown himself to be. That's Bishop Royster. Please join me in welcoming Bishop Dwayne Royster of Faith in Action.
Right! Woo!
What's going on, Community Change Action? And Tammy, thank you for the introduction. And I remember that day very clearly, and I was so glad you were okay, that we were actually able to continue that conversation and look at all the great work that you have done already. Come on, let's celebrate Tammy one more time. I'm super excited to be here with you all. I run Faith in Action. It's one of the largest faith-based grassroots organizing networks in the country. Not only do we operate in about 26 states in the U.S., but we also operate in 14 countries around the world. And I am super hyped to be able to be here with you because I know that the world is in good hands because of the work that you are doing right now. Let me just do a couple of shout outs real quick because, I come out of the church and so, we got to do some protocol things. So let me just thank Lorella and Dorian for the invitation to come. I'm not going to be long. I know some of y'all thinking this is going to take 45 minutes and that's, I am not going to be that long. I'm not that preacher. Well, it all depends if you roll with me or not. I might go a little longer. But let me thank Dorian and Lorella. I want to thank Desmond and Rose, Jasmine, Meredith, all the people that helped to make it happen today and to make me come here to LaDon, who I've met in D.C., and hearing about all the wonderful work of Spaces in Action. And I'm super excited to hear about all the work that each and every one of you are doing as well. But let me just say this. I want to thank every child care owner and every child care worker that is in this room. I want to thank you for protecting the hearts, the minds, and the souls of the upcoming generation in this country. You are shaping the future of America right now. And we need to celebrate you. We need to pay you really well. We need to take care of your needs to make sure you have everything that you need to be able to thrive and flourish in the work. I want to invite you into a moment with me here for a sec. Would you close your eyes? I want to talk about an America that is here. I just see somebody I know and love dearly. Deacon, how you doing? It is wonderful to see you. Deacon Barbara Kamara from Faith United Church of Christ in Washington, D.C. She was a member of my church. Y'all don't know who this lady is. Helped to found SNCC, helped to do work at Johnson C. Smith in North Carolina, was really critical. God bless you, Deacon Kamara. Good to see you in the house. God bless you. Come on, everybody, celebrate Deacon Kamara. She's been fighting for child care workers in D.C. for over 30 years, ran the program in Washington, D.C. This lady is over 80 years old. She's been on the battlefield a really long time, did this work in Jimmy Carter's administration, was a commissioner that did that work. Come on and celebrate Deacon Barbara Kamara. I didn't know you were going to be here. Now my heart is touched now. Y'all just messed me. I'm all messed up now. I had the honor of being her pastor for 6 years. And so I'm deeply, deeply moved by her presence here today. Amen. She is Black history, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Deacon Kamara. I want to invite you to close your eyes for a minute. And close your eyes for a minute. And I want to tell a story about the America that is yet to come. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday at your child care center. And I heard somebody say it's time to go home. I want to talk about that going home for a moment. Interesting thing is happening in your child care. There are children from every walk of life, every race, every ethnicity, every faith tradition in your child care center. And as the parents arrive to get there, you're thinking about the fact that, yes, it is time to go home, but the folk are lingering around. The parents are talking to each other across community. The children don't want to leave because they're laughing and they're playing, and their bellies are full. And as the parents are there talking to you all and talking to one another, there's this overwhelming sense that everybody's safe. ICE isn't there. The police aren't hovering outside trying to see what's going on. But that's not the only reason folk feel safe. They feel safe because the child care is paid for. The workers feel safe because they don't have to go to a side job because they're making enough money to be able to take care of them and their families. They feel safe because everybody has the health care that they need, and if they needed to use it, it won't bankrupt them. They feel safe because they have a home to go to at night, and it's not costing them an arm and a leg to live in a great community. They feel safe, and you feel better because every baby that's in your child care center has had breakfast that day, had lunch that day, and you know it's going to have dinner that night. You can actually go into your weekend and relax. You don't have to worry about whether you're going to be able to take care of your own home or not. I want to say something very plainly to you right now. Universal child care is not too big, and it is not too much to ask for this country. Now look, I know you've been told a bunch of things that I want you to understand something. Every movement that has organized for something basic and human has been told three things in this country. First, they've been told it's too expensive. Second of all, they've been told it's not the government's job. The third thing they've been told is be patient, it will come. But I want you to hear how old these lies are. It is the oldest trick in the book, used in every generation, that to everybody that tried and dared to build something powerful that they said to them couldn't be built. They said it was too big, and guess what? It got built anyway. They said it wasn't our place, and it got built anyway. They said wait, and it got built anyway. And I believe in this room today are the people that will say, come hell or high water, we are going to build universal child care in this country. I want to tell you a story about something that doesn't appear to have anything to do with child care on its face, but I promise to everybody in this room that you're going to recognize part of this story and understand what it's all about. I know everybody's talked about their grandmamas in the house here for a minute, but I need to switch the script for a minute. I need to talk about my great-great-grandfather. My great-great-grandfather was named Edward Ratcliffe. He was a slave on Hankins Farm in Virginia. In 1864, he escaped from slavery and joined the U.S. colored troops. Now, for those historians that might be in the room, the Emancipation Proclamation went into effect in 1863, but because he was in the Confederacy, he was still a slave at that moment in time. And so he escaped from Hankins Farm. And when he escaped from Hankins Farm, he went and joined the U.S. colored troops. And he became a soldier fighting in the American Civil War. When he joined, he was a private, but 3 months later, they made him a first sergeant in the U.S. colored troops. On September 29th, 1864, in a place called Chafflin's Farm in Newmarket Heights, he was caught in a battle that day. The interesting thing about the Confederacy and the way that they operate is that they don't really care who you are. They will try to take you out, even if you are one of their own. And so that day, the Confederate Army killed, so just give me back up for a minute and explain something to you. The U.S. colored troops were not the frontline troops in the Civil War. As a matter of fact, all the officers and the folk that led them, they were always led by white troops whenever they went into battle. In this particular day at Newmarket Heights at Chafflin's Farm, when they were engaging in battle, the Confederacy killed all the white officers and all the white non-commissioned officers, thinking in that particular moment that they were going to win the day because they took out the leadership, even though the leadership looked just like them. But there were 14 African-American non-commissioned officers that were still on the field that day. And they got themselves together even amidst the carnage and the death and the destruction that was happening in that place. And the story goes that my great-great-grandfather, First Sergeant Edward Ratcliffe, was the first soldier across the battlements to go defeat the Confederate Army that day. And that those 14 black NCOs went and not only led the black troops, but they took over the white troops and led them at the same time to go win that battle that was a decisive battle toward the Civil War. You might be saying to yourself, well, what does this have to do with my thinking? Can I tell you something? My grandfather was born a slave. He never knew what it was to be free. But he had a deep imagination about what freedom could be for him and his spouse and his children and his children's children to the third and the fourth generation. And he decided that he was not going to stand there and allow it to happen without him not being engaged in the fight to be able to go get into the battle. So he went and got into the battle. He went and fought. He couldn't picture freedom fully because he didn't quite know what it experienced and what it felt like, but he picked up arms and he fought for him and for himself, for the people around him, for the people in his community. He didn't fight for a freedom he remembered. He fought for a freedom he could only imagine. This is what every generation that has ever moved this country forward has done. They fought for something that they had never once been allowed to experience themselves. So the people coming after them would not have to imagine it. They could just live it. None of us in this room ever came from a country with universal child care. We can't point to it and say, I remember when. We can only imagine it and fight for it anyway. That is not a burden, beloved. That is a lineage. You are in the lineage of all those freedom fighters that have fought in this country, whether they were fighting in abolition, whether they were fighting for women's rights, whether they were fighting for the right to vote, whether they were fighting for labor rights in this country. You are a part of that lineage right now. Every generation deserves the ability to fully thrive, and it begins with care, comprehensive care for the children, for their families, and for the workers who are laying the foundation of it all. So let me ask you a question. This weekend is built around, why are you here? I want to reject the idea that if you chose to be here, you had to choose between being here and being here for your family and being here for the movement. Because the best organizing never asks people to bifurcate. I'm using a big word. Ask people to bifurcate, to separate between your family and the movement. Because the movement is always about your family and the work that has to be done. I don't know about you. I know I got my notes here, but I got to go here. I don't know about you, but there are too many folk right now that wake up every morning feeling like they're already living in hell, worried about their money, worried about their food, worried about how they're going to take care of their families, worried about how they're going to make it from one moment to the next. But I believe without a shadow of a doubt that for each and every one of you that is gathered here in this place, you are trying to start a revolution in this country to make this country work for the people and not work for the corporations, to make sure it meets the needs of our communities, and to make sure especially it is fighting for the children that will make this country thrive in the years to come. So to all the providers in the room, let me just say this to you. This is about your labor finally being seen for what it is. The foundation of the entire economy stands on it. No, y'all should be shouting higher than that right now. Every lawyer, every doctor, every nurse, every physician, every person, every engineer, every person has had to go through child care one time or another. Whether it was their parent or a center or a grandmama or them, somebody was going through child care. You are laying the foundation for a new America right now. You're laying the foundation for a country where all of us are able to thrive right now. And you want to, for all you providers to understand something, that your doing child care work should not be a favor that you do for less than a living wage. To the parents in this room, this is never again between choosing your job and your child's care. You can have both at the same time and be able to afford it at the same time too. And to everyone here, this is about understanding that care is not a private struggle you're supposed to solve alone in your own kitchen. It is infrastructure. It is just like the road you drove in here on, like the school your child will one day walk into. It is about infrastructure. And if I could just be bold enough to say here for a moment, if we can continue to bail out corporations, we sure as hell can make sure we take care of child care workers. If we can spend an additional $1.5 trillion on the military, how about making sure we take care of our kids so we don't need the military? Your self-interest and your neighbor's self-interest are the same. That is what this movement is. It is not an either or, it's a both and an and. It is not about what they're doing over here and what we're doing over here. It's all about all of us throwing in together. And that movement grows in rooms just like this one. Not in a paper policy somewhere. Now, God bless all the academics in the room. God bless you, Dr. Warren. Dorian. But in my organizing world, we say the real policymakers are the people that live in the projects and live in the row homes and live in the apartments in our communities that know what it really takes to be able to make it so that we can live on a daily basis. That the policies don't here where people who do the work and the people who need the work done sit shoulder and shoulder and decide together they are done waiting. How many of you are tired of waiting? Now, see, you're still tired. You not really, because everybody was like, maybe, I don't know, I don't. How many of you are tired of waiting for universal child care to come into existence? How many of you are ready to do whatever it takes to make sure that it happens? How many of you are going to talk to your neighbors and your friends, talk to fellow co-owners of child care centers and child care workers and parents and organize them to build a mass army of people that will say to this nation, you will not treat our workers as anything less than the dignity that they deserve. You will treat our children with respect, and you will make sure we have everything we need to be able to provide the best child care possible in this world. In a few minutes, you're going to move to your home team meetings. But I need you to walk in that room already decided that this is what we need. I don't want you to spend time debating about whether this is possible. My great-grandfather didn't debate about whether freedom was possible. He just acted like it already was. And he took it upon himself to let his slave owner and everybody else know that he was free and that he was going to fight even the more for the freedom of others who didn't quite know it yet. What we are trying to do in this place has been done before. Don't decide whether to do it. Your time here should be deciding how to do it, how to approach it, how to organize, how to build the power, how to reach more people, how to build the base even more. Child care is not too big. It is not too much to ask, because we know this because it has been done before by people who never got to see what they see in this building right now, and they built it anyway. My great-great-grandfather never saw me, never had a chance to know my name, didn't know anything about me, but he knew that the work that he did was setting up future generations to be able to live a thriving and a flourishing life. The work that you're doing right now is setting up future generations to be able to live flourishing and thriving lives, and it is up to you to make sure that it happens. You don't get to shrink. You don't get to run. You don't get to walk away. All you get to do is stand on your feet and say, damn it, we're going to win this thing. So go build it, starting tonight, in this building with the people in this room. Beloved, you have been called in this moment to change the damn world, change this damn country, and to change this damn healthcare system and childcare system so that it works for every single child, every single worker, every single parent in this country. God bless y'all. Amen.
All right. Let's hear it again for Bishop Royster. I need y'all to get on your feet. Let's hear it again for Bishop Royster. Bishop Royster, you remind us that we are our ancestors' wildest dream. And I'm going to say it again because he wasn't paying attention to me. Bishop Royster, you remind us that we are our ancestors' wildest dream. And this is important because with that in mind, he asked you a question. Why are you here? Think about your answer to that question, and I want you to tell at least 5 people why you are here. And then you're going to let whoever your point person is for your state know that you've done it. Yes, yes? You're going to meet people while you're here. Everybody should have an aim of getting somewhere between 5 and 10 names from people, not just from where you are, from other states. Because in order for us to build this, we need to build community that's broader than where we are. Yes, yes? Yes. Can y'all be down for that? Yes. So everybody's getting at least 10 new contacts. Now remember this, the contact is hot as long as you follow up. And that's where the fortune is. The fortune is in the follow-up. You follow up, do your one-to-ones with those individuals, and build your connections. Because we'll have to do this fight together. And as you're thinking about why you're here, what is going to be your role in creating this new America that has universal child care? Are you ready to act so that we can move forward to bring this vision into being, to build towards the America that we want? Is that a yes, yes? Yes. Oh, I hear the little people saying yes, yes, too. I love that. Train them early. Because the work that we're doing now, we are knowing that we are going to be the ancestors. And what we're doing is seeding the soil for the next generation. So we must do this work. As the bishop said, we have no time to rest and be lazy. If we're mad and pissed off, we need to take that energy and create what we need. Yes, yes? Yes. All right. I heard Sia Barber's name. Sia Barber is a member of Spaces in Action. And she's also my mentor. So with that said, if you don't know Sia Barber, make sure you come lay hand on her. Because I'm telling you, the lady radiates some powerful vibes. But we're going to keep it moving, because now we're going to hear from our organizing team that includes Angela Dawson. Y'all know who they are? Y'all get excited. Ariana Powell. And Michelle Leslie. Yes. Oh, y'all know who Michelle is? All right. So they're going to come up and they're going to talk to us about how we move into the home team space, which Candace had talked about earlier. This home team space is for our individual states to come together and do some planning, plotting, so we can create some good trouble. Sound good? Yes. All right. And here they come.
Let me get around. We going to the front. I need podium? Okay. Sorry, girl, my bad. My name is Angela Dawson, and I'm a senior organizer with the Child Care team for Community Change Action.
And hey, everybody, I am so grateful to be in front of y'all today. And y'all, I have to say, y'all look so beautiful. Y'all are so beautiful. I am so grateful that y'all are all here. My name is Oriana Powell, and I am the Child Care Changemaker organizer here at Community Change Action. And I hope that you recognize me and my partner here from every Zoom call we've called you to and every text message we've sent to your phone to build community with y'all. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey y'all, my name is Michelle Astley. You also might recognize me from Zoom. I'm a changemaker organizer for Community Change Action.
Okay. Welcome, welcome, everybody. And because I haven't been here that long and they got all this love, I'm going to need for everybody from the state of Mississippi to get on your feet. Get up, Mississippi. Hey. Okay.
Can't forget about your girl.
I brought my own crowd, y'all. I brought my own crowd.
Period.
Okay.
We home, okay? We're going to talk about home.
That's it. Okay.
It's my girl.
You got it?
Back up.
Okay.
She got you, girl.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Okay. I would like to shout out the fact that so many people are here. One of the things that I'm really proud of is that there are so many people who get priced out of opportunities like this. People like that live in Mississippi and Alabama and way out in California. Like, you can't buy flights and all this sort of stuff, and y'all were able to be here because we need to be in the room together. The reason why we need you here is because y'all are the wisdom. The wisdom is in the room that we're going to need to just go flow through each other from the home teams. We are repping 39 different states. Okay? And some states have huge delegations like California and New York. And we also have some mid-sized delegations like Ohio and Minnesota. Right. And then we have some who may only have one person. But that's fine too, because we're going to tell you why. Here you go.
All movements start with one person.
Let's go, Miss Brenda from Hawaii.
One person who says we can do better. One person who builds out a team, and that team makes a plan. As one of our leaders said, Christina Robles.
We see you, girl. We see you, girl. We see you, girl.
This convention is the spark, and we go back home to set the fire. This convention is where we ignite new ideas, build relationships, and learn how to organize. But the real work begins when we go home. We must each carry that spark back to our communities. And when enough of us organize together, those sparks become a fire that cannot be ignored.
Let's go. So remember, it only takes a person to start the plan. The plan spills out to a coalition, and the coalition pushes the movement forward. And for something as important as childcare in America, this is what we need. So this is why we want you all to go into home teams today. This is not just another meeting. This is not just another workshop. This is home, and we're going to build it together.
Okay. And we have a slide. We have a slide that's going to show where the home teams go.
Okay.
It may be. Where, do we got the slide? We got the team. Okay. Well, let's take care. Let's do the housekeeping first then. The team track, and then they flip.
It's too late. Go back down.
You know what? Okay. Let's just do this then. We want to create a smaller community within this larger convention.
Take a picture.
So Friday, today, we're going to find these homerooms wherever they are. We got our facilitators that will help you. We're going to find those homerooms. We're going to introduce ourselves to one another. And we're going to just start having a conversation. Saturday, we're going to ask that you guys come in with your minds and your hearts open and broaden your perspective. Speak to people that may not have a common thing that you have going on. They may not be from the same state, or they may be a provider and not a parent. We want everybody talking. And then Sunday, we will all go back to our state delegations, and we're going to leave with some commitments. Everything we need is already here, y'all. Everything. We not only want you to leave inspired, we want you to be connected to one another and prepared to continue organizing in your own communities. That's how the fire gets too big to be ignored. When everybody from sea to shining sea is talking about universal child care and what our children, our providers, our communities and parents and families deserve. So that's what we're going to get done, and we're going to start it here today. Okay. We're going to do that one? We have changed. I almost started singing. Okay. I would like to take a minute to ask, if you were asked to be a home team facilitator, if you could come and meet at the front, please, so that y'all could get your teams together. We'll know where to go. Give them a hand. They were sweet enough to say, you know what, yes, we can do that. Thank you. Keep clapping and showing love until we get everybody up here. Come on. Okay. Yeah, we go. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Yes. Come on. So what do we, okay. Just read a line and pass it. So mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So these wonderful folks. Okay, shout your people out, as you should. As you should. You see your people. All right, y'all. So these wonderful folks to my left have volunteered to guide us through making this enormous convention a more smaller and intimate space. A space where we can process hard things and new ideas. A space where we can build community and deepen our relationships of understanding what it truly means to be there for one another and to care for one another. They're going to be guiding us through a series of discussions across the next 3 days that'll help us deepen our understanding for what it's going to take to win this movement and how we're going to do so together. So we want to thank you all so much for volunteering to hold the space for us as we learn new things and navigate new territory together. And when we break out, you're going to look for these folks because they're going to lead you through all of the maze of this building to get you to the right room. And if you lose sight of these beautiful people, know that if you find a purple t-shirt, they will also help you. We know this was a walk, y'all. So we're going to figure it out. So as up-and-coming organizers who are learning how to build power, we are going to organize ourselves out of this room together as quickly as possible so that we can transition to be in smaller space and get to know each other better. Before we do so, we're just going to shout out the groups that are going to go together so that you at least have an understanding. And if you can, please take a picture of that up there, because I don't think that's in C-Vent, to your point. But okay, correct me. Thank you very much, Queen. So there's a few groups of folks that are gonna stay in this room when we do release y'all. And so if you're staying in this room, we got about 15 minutes. If you need to use the restroom, take a break. But we need you back in this room after the 15 minutes to come and get started, okay? Yes, yes? All right, thank you, LaDon, for that one. Appreciate it. So we're gonna start with the folks who are gonna stay in this room, and we're just gonna call your state out. Okay, we'll go back. So you know where you're going. So the folks staying in the Fox River Ballroom, we have Utah. Where you at, Utah? You're gonna be with Miss, okay, oh yeah. Step up for me, Utah, thank you. Staying in this room, thank y'all. Folks in California, step up, my California facilitators, so we see you. Step out the crowd, please. I see you, Blake, real tall. Thank you, brother. We also have a breakdown of folks. It's gonna be New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Can I get those facilitators to step up so we see? New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. All right, we're gonna find our people. Those are the folks that are staying in this space. And I'm gonna pass it to Michelle so she can tell the other folks where we're going.
Hey, y'all. If you're in Indiana,
Oh, that was the Reds? I love y'all.
and then our Indiana crew, did they? Oh, there we go. There we go. Indiana, we got a sign.
Martha Ray.
You're going to look for room EL 211 and 213. And you're going to go that way on this floor. If you're in DC, there's our DC facilitators. All right. You're also going to be on this, you're also going to be on this floor. EL 207 and 09, that way. All right, I have a couple states here. You can see them on the screen. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland. Here are your facilitators. You will be in EL 208 and 210, and you'll go that way.
So downstairs, this starts downstairs.
Okay. So we also offer, if you would like to go to a room where, you know. Yes.
No disrespect, but I'm saying a thing, but I'm not inviting you all to leave. So if you getting up and walking away, we were unclear when we release you. So come on back, queens and kings. Come on back. We need you. Sorry if we were unclear. Oh, y'all telling people to leave? Because don't do that. Okay. All right, we understand that some folks have to leave, so can we get the audio folks to change the screen for us really quick? We're going to interrupt this piece. Thank you. We got some housekeeping to take care of before y'all depart, because this is the last time we'll be together in this space today. So let's make sure we cover all the things we want to cover.
Okay. Okay. I'll just read it off here. So the housekeeping is for registered teens on the teen track that's meeting in the back of the ballroom when this plenary is done and parents need to pick up their teens at 6:15 at the same location. Child care pickup is from 5 to 6:30. 6:30 is the hard stop. And dinner is in the Q Center, Q Dining Room. Q and Fox Dining from 6 to 8. And I think that's everything for right now for housekeeping. Back to our home teams. Where were we? Spanish only homeroom will be in EL 304 and 6. And here's your facilitator here. And it's one floor down. East South Central, that's Mississippi, Tennessee, and Alabama. You will be in EL 307 and 09. Let's go. It too is downstairs. Nevada and Colorado. EL 308 and 10. Texas and Louisiana. You're in EL 311 and 313. Ohio, it's a whole bunch of y'all. Ohio, say something. Okay. This one where you guys will be going is a bit further.